right, good morning, class. So how's everyone doing today? Good, excellent. So, take you all back to 2018. So 2018, I was a retail manager, had been a retail manager for 13 years. And you can imagine being a retail manager with a family. I was basically working all the time. So I just had my third child 2 years prior, and I was starting to get burned out, right? I just happened to run into a colleague of mine that I worked with with a previous company. I worked with him, at a different company years ago, and I ran into him. We just started talking. I was talking about how, everything was going at my job. We're doing great. So I was a store manager at the time. I really turned that store around. We started having profit. Our inventory levels were much better because we had a real bad depth issue in the store. So I was able to really turn that around and just, catching up. Hey, this is how we're doing, blah, 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 blah. And then next thing you know, went off our separate ways and, talked to him for a few minutes. But a week later, I got a call from the recruiter at his job that the guy was talking to, my colleague, and they had an opportunity for me at this new company where it was more of a 9 to 5 job where I didn't have to work nights and weekends, obviously because, for the family, you want to be there and be able to spend time with them. So that time that I spent with him, a couple minutes, reintroducing myself, kind of letting him know what was going on, turned into a huge job opportunity for myself and a life change for my family. So with that being said, today we're talking about networking. So that was an opportunity that I had to show networking skills, and it wasn't anything where I was trying to necessarily pitch to him, but it turned into a great opportunity for me. So today, essential question: how does networking with other business contacts influence entrepreneurial success and opportunity growth? So for me, huge growth because it was a new job, allowed me to get out of retail. And of course, our learning objective is I can explain how networking impacts business growth and demonstrate how to build professional connections effectively. So with that being said, I want you all to take 1 minute, and I want you to, in your own words, on your boards that you have in front of you, I want you to write out what networking is to you. So just quickly, just kind of write what is networking in your own words, okay? Give you 1 minute. All right. Love it. So you're going to define what networking is to you. So think about the networking with you. Right? Right. All right, we got that. We good? Anybody want to share? Go for it, Jeremiah.
I think networking is creating real relationships outside of a transaction.
Okay. All right. So creating relationships outside of a transaction. So instead of, hey, here, take my money. Okay, here, I'll take your money.
Right.
We're done. But a networking situation would be what?
Like, hey, where you from? Where you coming from?
Okay.
Exactly. Having that conversation with them.
Okay. Asking more about them. Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Anyone else? Before Chandler.
I said a way to communicate for good. That's what I said.
A way to what?
To communicate for a good life.
Okay.
So,
To communicate for a good, so for a good reason, good purpose, to gain something out of the situation, network, build relationships. Okay. What you got, Brandon?
making social or business connections with people for like establishing.
Okay. Awesome. Kirsten, Madeline, you want to add anything to it or anything different?
I said making connections.
Okay. So making connection long term where there's benefit not only for yourself, but maybe even for the parties involved. objective. So, again, we want to be able to see how networking impacts business growth and demonstrate how to build professional connections. You all hit it right on the nose with building those relationships, those connections. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna play a 3-minute video. So I'm gonna turn the light out so we can see it. And then we will begin with our presentation and we'll move on from there, okay?
Networking. It's a skill that comes easy to some, but for tons of people, myself included, it's a skill that's acquired. Research shows that referrals are a top source of hires, meaning those personal relationships, they can really pay off. So we're revealing the secrets of networking and answering the question we've all asked at some point. Is who you know more important than what you know? For years, athletes have used science and data analysis to improve. Now, we are doing the same for job seekers everywhere. This is Job Science. When it comes to networking and social events, there is nothing wrong with going alone. Putting yourself in a position to talk to new people, it's actually a good thing. You never know who you'll meet, who they might know, or how they can contribute to finding your next job. Meet Jess, a retail sales associate. She's attending her first ever Fashion Career Expo. A cool way to break the ice in a group setting is by wearing something that pops. It makes for a good conversation starter.
Hey, I love your shoes. Thank you, I just got them. I'm Jess, Bria. Nice to meet you.
Be yourself. That is the most important thing here. There's no need to try to be someone else or someone you're not. If you're looking to start an authentic relationship, it's key to ask about the other person first.
So what brings you here? I'm actually a buyer. I'm a sales associate. Cool, so...
Ah, the head tilt. This is the universal sign that says, I'm listening, purely through body language. And while you are listening, do so empathetically and with curiosity about the other person's career.
Ben.
Oh, just recognizes someone. That is what happens when you research your connections. This can help you focus your energy on talking to the right people.
I haven't seen you since we worked together. How are you?
I'm great.
So real quick, video. Sorry. So remember how in previous lessons we talked about the importance of nonverbal skills. So the presenter here has highlighted a couple of things. What are some nonverbal cues that have already been called out? Head tilting, anything else? Open body, hand shaking. All right. So when we do the activity, I'm gonna have you all incorporate some of those aspects. So my
Networking.
on the video. Let me see if I can catch it back up to where we were. If we were like right here. Two guys who were talking.
Oh, just recognizes someone. That is what happens when you research your connections. This can help you focus your energy on talking to the right people.
I haven't seen you since we worked together. How are you?
I'm great. I'm actually managing another boutique not too far from here.
Once you've made a genuine connection, feel free to bring up the topic of jobs, even if it doesn't come up naturally in the conversation.
Hey, do you happen to need any sales associates or stylists even?
Let's pause here. The brain can actually detect confidence in another's voice. Jess, she's definitely feeling herself. Smooth.
I'm looking.
Oh yeah, I'll pass along your info. You have any business cards?
Yeah.
It's always good to have your business card and resume on you, especially at these kind of things, but only give them out when asked for.
Ria. Ben, this is Ria.
Nice. You know, once in a while, think of people you know who should know each other but don't, and then introduce them. Follow up to see if their meeting was worthwhile. This one's all about paying it forward. This was the breakdown of networking. Till next time.
All right, brought to you by Indeed. So Indeed, of course, is a recruiting app. So as you all looking for jobs and opportunities, I would strongly recommend you all setting up an Indeed account and also a LinkedIn page if you haven't already. But we'll move on here. So I just want to highlight a couple of things here with Alright, so of course, why networking matters, so you all, did a great job of calling this out. So we talked about networking builds relationships that lead to business opportunities, increased visibility and credibility within industries, and you saw that in the video. Creates channels for mentorship, funding, and collaboration. So even if you're looking for a mentor, networking is a great tool to master and become more comfortable with, and of course, strengthen communication and leadership skills. As an entrepreneur, future business owner, employee, all of these things are important in terms of networking, so why it matters. So you have different types of networking. So obviously you have professional networking when you're going to business events and conferences. Social networking, so like I mentioned before, setting up a LinkedIn account. You can even network on Instagram and all the other social platforms, so social networking. Informal networking, so having conversations all throughout school, at your local community events. And then of course, digital networking, so if you're a part of any online communities, maybe even Reddit, you can still network on there, even though they have some crazy stuff. But I'm pretty sure you all know about that. Anyway, so what we're going to do today, so you have your boards in front of you, so I want to give you maybe, I'll say 2 minutes. I want you to just think of some of your highlights, so even recall from like your resume, or maybe some accomplishments you have. Go ahead and jot those down. So I give you, like I said, 2 minutes to jot those down. Then after that, I'm gonna have you basically do kind of a 1-minute pitch to your neighbor next to you, all right? So I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. So again, just think of your accomplishments, your skills. Think about the video where the fashion buyer was, reintroducing herself, and she was able to make a connection with an actual buyer. So take a couple minutes to do that. And while you're doing that, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. About 1 more minute. So again, elevator pitch, you will hear this throughout your career. Elevator pitch, usually again, it's like a 30 to 60 second, usually 60 seconds. Imagine being stuck on an elevator. And you have someone on the elevator with you. What are some things you would say about yourself to engage, and, maybe get someone to get excited about who you are? Right. So we'll pause here. That's what I would like to do. Can I get one volunteer to come up front real quick and get one volunteer? Come on.
Do we read my board?
No, you don't read. Say, how you doing? Good. Good. I'm Barry Harmon. What's your name?
I'm Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, you have a couple minutes I can tell you a little bit about myself?
Yes, sir.
So awesome. So I'm currently a business teacher here at Evans High School. Previously, I was a retail manager, and I had a lot of experience in business, networking and how that all works, accounting, retail management. I also have experience with inventory control. So I'd love to maybe tell you more about that if you have a moment. I know that you are hiring. Someone told me that you are the hiring manager, so you have a couple minutes so I can tell you a little bit more about myself.
Yes, sir, I do.
Awesome, thank you. So real quick, just introduce yourself, get permission. That's a big thing. You wanna make sure the person has time to hear you out, and you want to get straight to the point. Now, I did fumble a little bit, so then that's okay, because, you know, nerves or something like that, as you get older, comfortable, it will happen. So I wanted to show that fumble, I wanted to show that kind of goof off, because I can really, you know, show you how to do it, but I want you all to now take a couple minutes to practice with one another. So we may only have time for one round, but I would love to just kind of walk around and hear you all just introduce yourself, and then share some of the highlights that you have. So I'm gonna time you all. You literally have 1 minute. So go ahead and decide who you're. Yes, sir. Somebody at the door.
My name is Jaqual. Sorry, Jaqual. My name is just Jaqual.
So give you all 1 minute. So I see we got groups of three. So someone do the kind of intro, and then maybe after a minute you can get some feedback, or but you can go ahead and introduce yourself and go.
Hello, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm Lionel Messi, and
Nice to meet you, Lionel Messi. I'm Jack Durant.
nice to meet you, Jack. So I've been playing varsity soccer my whole life. I'm playing at elite level soccer, playing at elite level academies, and I heard that you are one of the coaches on Inter Miami staff. And I was wondering if I can get 2 minutes to talk with you and see if I can get a trial or anything.
We'll have to make it 1 minute, but yes, you can get some.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Honestly, do you have anything I can reach you on?
How's your footwork?
No. How anything I can reach you on?
No, you can contact the team.
Yes, sir.
We have a website. You can contact that website.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I think a napkin is good too.
Napkin.
Oh, Lionel Messi signed his first
I thought that was what we're in all those times. Okay, but I think you have to ask permission.
I did.
No, but you have 2 minutes of your time after you introduced yourself. Be like, hello, sir. I'm Jack. Jay. Can I borrow? Yeah. Hello. Well, please talk to me. Hello, Jack. Hello, Jack. I'm Lionel Messi. Can I borrow a minute of your time?
All right, and time. So it sounds like a couple of you are able to kind of, you know, flip flop and go back and forth. But what was that like? Was it nerve wracking? Tell me. Were you nervous? So what were you? So nobody was nervous. Everybody was super comfortable. Everybody was ready to talk about themselves. So I did see some folks reading off their board. So tell me about that. What happened? Just nerves, or trying to recall some things about yourself? Okay.
I didn't even respond.
Put on the spot. Yeah.
Can't remember everything.
Yeah. And that will happen. You will get put on the spot, you know, especially in the real world. So maybe start thinking of like maybe 3 like go-to, not sales points, but pictures about yourself. Like what are 3 things that you can just take with you everywhere you go that you can share about yourself? Whether you are an artist, or maybe you are very organized, or maybe you like to eat ghost peppers. You know, share that information about yourself, because that is a way of bringing people in, seeing more about you. And I'm not, you know, I say that, but like that, it is part of your story, right? So thank you for participating in that. For the sake of time, so I do have one more thing I want you all to do. So in Google Classroom, it's just a quick little questionnaire I want you to, you know, take a look at and work on just for a few minutes. So it's about elevator pitches, so you were able to, you know, kind of participate in this activity. So I want to get some feedback from you. So what maybe are some challenges that you will face when you are, you know, doing an elevator pitch to someone, especially with someone you do not know or never met? Cool? Any questions? All right, awesome. Yes, ma'am.
Can I work this?
Okay. I just need to hop over to one right across the street for you. You wanna do that? Thank you. All right. Let's see. All right, so we'll head over to Google Classroom. Go ahead and share your thoughts and just base it off of the activity that you just went through. So the big thing is we want to make sure, going back to the essential question and objective. So we wanted to make sure We can explain networking, how it impacts business growth, and demonstrate how to build professional connections. So learn about the different types of networking. And you also see how impactful it can be when you are confident in the information you know about yourself and also who you're trying to introduce yourself to. So thank you. Cool.